All right, turn the pen, 50 seconds to go before we roll out here and get started on our journey on information. We are not too far off here, playing around with the new roll around feature from Swift here, pretty fun. See the whole group down low. So we're just about there. We'll get this all shared out as we roll out. We're going to roll out a steady 1.8 watts per kilogram. There we go. All right. See if we can keep this nice and civil here. Here we go. Not a race. 1.8 watts per kilogram is what we're looking at. Nice and easy as we roll out. All right, so we'll try to keep that pace here. We're going to go ahead and get started. We'll get this all shared out and get started with our presentation here. Everything looks like it's doing pretty good. Make sure we've got the volume good. Looks good. All right, let's do a couple shares. Looks like the group is starting to group together, which is nice. Nice to see a group that will hold the proper pace here. We are on Richmond today. Of course, we aren't on too often, but still fun to be on, I think. Definitely unique. Remember the days we were on, it was a very unique time of racing. So it was good. I think course has got some really good punchy hills. Good for flat races also. And good just to mix things up. Just about done sharing, we'll get started here. All right. All of our proper in. Good. Okay. All right, here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Jason Flores, and welcome to In the Feed Zone. We normally have this going on at 5:45 Pacific, 8:45 Eastern, 13:45 GMT. You can do a couple of things if you are on this live stream. If you want to go back and listen to this information, you can go back and watch the live stream here on Swift Live by ODZ. You can watch it live here like you're doing now. You could also head over to your favorite podcast app and search The Endurance Lab, and you'll actually find all of Team ODZ's and the Endurance Lab podcasts, which include Chat and Chill, Coach's Corner, In the Feed Zone, and What's Up with Power. So definitely check those out and on your favorite podcast app. And we'll go ahead and get started. Thanks for everybody joining in. Thanks for all the riders here. Looks like we've got a nice big group of over just 30 some odd riders here. Really holding on to the beacon, really steady. I like that. It's gonna be fun. All right, let's bring everything up. Make sure we've got comments going too. That looks good. Okay, like that streaming. We'll leave that up and going. All right. Go to our first slide here. So, Just a quick introduction of myself. My name is Jason Flores. I go by JFlow here on Zwift. So if you're on course, see my name, give me a thumbs up. Give you a thumbs up back. Quick medical disclaimer today that the only purpose of this live stream is to educate and to inform, and it's not a substitute for medical or professional care by a doctor, and it is provided on the understanding that it does not constitute medical or professional advice or services. Pretty simple. The goal of the live stream today is going to be present articles in the media covering food and hydration and how it relates to endurance sports, and also to open a dialogue for viewers to ask questions, get advice, and talk about their experiences here. So today, our article is brought to us by Training Peaks. Really great source for information. Good morning, Jim, on the live stream there. And we're going to be talking about the benefits of Tart Cherry Juice for endurance athletes. I think it's a really great topic. Things come across your Facebook feed, emails, and that sort of thing, where you can kind of be skeptical of, will this help? Does this help? Should I try this? Should I try that? And so the idea today is to get a chance to at least look at all the data. And what we like to do here at the Feed Zone is to make an informed decision about if it's something that you want to try, if it's something that you want to give a go. And if you are, then the question is how to go about it. What would you do? What benefits could you get? So informed decision is what we're going for today. So again, check out trainingpeaks.com for your training plan needs, as well as finding out more articles like this. So the benefits of Tart Cherry Juice for endurance athletes. Go ahead to the next slide. All right, so a couple of the topics that we're looking at today is that we want to look at the different things that Tart Cherry Juice can do in the science, as well as the things that it could do specifically for endurance athletes. And so we're looking at about 4 different things here that it can do, and we'll be talking about today. One is better sleep. Second is fighting inflammation. The third, reducing muscle pain. And the fourth, boosting immunity. And I'll go into that and explain exactly what that is. All right, so with the latest revolution of all the different things that are coming across, like I was saying on our feeds about different things like sports nutrition and supplements and that sort of thing, really there's been a movement towards using whole foods or seeing whole foods work as good, if not better, than the pharmaceutical drugs or manufactured supplements without any negative side effects. And I think that's really important. More and more, there was a shift towards more and more supplements into the world of endurance, and then all of a sudden, we shift sort of back, just because of the related side effects and that sort of thing. So definitely whole foods. If you listen to any of the In the Feed Zone, definitely a big proponent of that sort of thing. So the human body has all kinds of pathways that we don't even understand how they work, but do know that the body is able to do natural things that are able to utilize these whole food items and that sort of thing. So the compounds that are inside, they act with the body, have this overall effect that can go beyond just a single benefit of a supplement or product a lot of times. So definitely important there. So research is just proving, using these natural foods time and time again. You've seen a rise in the use of essential oils, rise in non-packaged foods, and going towards foods that are non-boxed and just more whole, essentially things that don't have ingredient labels. essentially is what we try to teach our 5-year-old. Like the best foods don't have labels, right? The produce section of the grocery store and so forth. So the latest thing, we're going to chat about it today, is Tart Cherry Juice. And that scientists are, verifying it as a quote-unquote superfood. You probably heard that term before. But it does have performance-enhancing benefits for its athletes. So like I said, we're going to talk about 4 little tips here, or 4 little parts of it that it can actually benefit. The first of being is better sleep. So, as athletes, we're focused on, fast recovery, mental processing on the bike, high training motivation, and just needing top quality sleep all the time. It can be hard for a lot of athletes, with your lifestyle, with work, family, all of those things. It can be tough. So one thing that cherries, or Tart Cherry Juice, can help us with is that it actually contains something called melatonin. And you've probably heard of this before, the natural occurring substance. It's actually called what's called a phytochemical, and it's actually used in the body to help regulate your sleep cycle. That's waking up, going to sleep, that sort of thing. So essentially, studies have shown consumption of Tart Cherry Juice can increase the concentration or the body's ability to react to melatonin. So this in turn can improve sleep duration and quality as well. And you're like, sign me up, what do I do? So essentially adding a dose of Tart Cherry Juice to your bedtime snack can definitely help get a little bit better sleep. Worth a try. So increasing the sleep obviously will help enhance recovery. Obviously make you happier because you'll be less tired. But then as a bonus, it also been shown for athletes will reduce inflammation, muscle damage, cycling economy, and also maximum strength following high intensity exercise. Talk a little bit more about those as well. So for the sleep component of this, you're looking at 1 fluid ounce, pretty simply, of Tart Cherry Juice, concentrate diluted in about 5 to 8 ounces of water, 30 minutes before bed. Not too much, something that you could do just before bed, but we'll kind of come up with a summary of how we can get all these benefits, kind of a one-stop shop. So the second one, or the second point today that we're going to chat about or talk about is fighting inflammation. And so with this, Tart Cherry is actually called, contain something called an anthocyan. So essentially, it's a component that has anti-inflammatory properties. Very similar to like your Tylenol, Advil, your ibuprofen, naproxen, whatever is popular kind of in the household that you've heard riders kind of popping before and after ride. So very common to hear athletes' gripes about joint pain, muscle pain, and these sore joints can actually slow you down by, of course, reducing your training volume, intensity. So drinking Tart Cherry Juice can definitely reduce that joint pain without the side effects that you would see with other arthritis medication. So definitely worth looking into for that. So it's obviously always more fun to train when your joints and your muscles hurt. So definitely worth a try. So to reduce joint pain, you're looking at 1 fluid ounce twice per day. You're looking at once in the morning, maybe once in the afternoon or night. That's pretty short. That's about a shot glass worth of Tart Cherry Juice. Kind of put that in. So that's a good talking point to bring. So, and then we did talk a little bit about muscle pain and its use. And so you could also see the benefits of when you're training and racing. Obviously, even at the amateur level, things can get hurt, or things can hurt, and your body will take a beating. So sometimes tempting to use even these non-steroidals or these pain medications pre-race to ward off these sensations during the race. A really good point in thinking maybe we want to not have all those extra side effects. So you may want to slow those things down. So some athletes you've probably seen or heard, they may pop a couple ibuprofen just as a habit before every training session. The side effects are innumerous. It could be a whole podcast, a whole stream about that by itself. So finding alternatives to those things are hugely important as far as like those pain medications. So the things that I'm talking about shortly would be like gastrointestinal, like stomach issues, kidney issues, heart issues after long-term use, chronic use of these sort of things. So simply consumption of Tart Cherry Juice before and after intense racing has been shown in studies to reduce muscle pain without any health damaging side effects. So something worth a try, at least looking into. So with this, the prescription is 1 fluid ounce times a day, 7 days prior, and then on the day of the workout. So really, as we go through 3 of these, you found that drinking 1 ounce 2 times a day, you've got 3 of the 4 so far. You can tell where this is going here. So our fourth tidbit here is looking at the ability to boost immunity. So if you've ever gone through a hard training session and at the end of those weeks, end of a hard 3-week block, you end up finding yourself almost feeling sick. Kind of just tired, little scratchy throat. A lot of times it's because your immune system or your immunity is a little bit down, it's depressed. And the reason why is because we've pushed the body so hard to work. So as you finish these blocks off at peak race, oftentimes you'll see athletes or riders get sick. And that's what we have to be careful of. You need to make sure you can block that off. We don't want it to affect, let's say, our next block, or even our off season, or just the rest of our social life, family, work, that sort of thing. So studies have actually shown to reduce the incidence of upper respiratory tract symptoms to keep you healthy. It can also help here. Immunity, really going into that category of a superfood, really helping you all around. So to give your immune system a boost, you're looking at drinking 1 fluid ounce of Tart Cherry Juice, concentrate, twice per day, 7 days prior, or on the day of the event or workout. So again, essentially 2 fluid ounces per day, split up into 2 doses, can do the job. So essentially, research has verified a lot of this. I will post a link to the references of the Training Peaks article and the whole article itself today. So we're looking at an ability to be able to get some of these benefits. So there's 2 ways to get Tart Cherry concentrate. One being concentrate juice, and also in the powder form. So the juice is nice. Drink it before bedtime in the evening, or take it as a shot before that during the day. But as a bonus, if you were to mix 20 grams of, let's say, a slow digesting protein like a casein versus a whey, if you can safely do casein, you could actually boost your protein synthesis while you sleep. And then you can take, for example, take cherry juice in the morning to maximize its performing benefits that it has to offer. So just a kind of 1-2 combo of how you can kind of bring a couple things together. So not a super long topic today, but there are 4 things that we can look at that Tart Cherry Juice can benefit us. Talked about getting better sleep, fighting inflammation, reducing muscle pain, and boosting our immune system. So with all these, really simply getting a shot of concentrated cherry juice 2 times per day can make the difference. It's not a lot. It'll last you a long time. It'll help you with a lot of the things that you may be wanting or maybe solving with more allopathic or like pills and supplements. And it's a whole food version of it. So just some points to think about, okay? So moving to more whole food sources, more whole food choices will allow less side effects and let your body to work normally, synergistically with those things. See if it can make a difference, especially if you're doing a lot of those other sources. So if you have any questions, definitely drop them down here in the live stream. I'll come back to it as well throughout the day. And I will also drop the links in the notes here. But thanks for joining in. It's a little bit of a short one today, but we will be getting back to the meat and potatoes of this as the weeks come. And if you haven't had a chance, I am also one of the coaches who are part of a group that's doing what's called the Endurance Lab. And if you haven't heard of that, definitely check out endurancelab.fit, the place where you can go and join a 6-week scheduled training group that will get you tuned up for the preseason, off-season, base season, whatever you want to call it. This time where we could work on our weaknesses, specifically strength and drills on the bike. So check it out, endurancelab.fit. For all those viewers from the Endurance Lab now, welcome to the lab. We're excited to have you. This is some of the great content that you'll get over the next 6 weeks. If you have any questions, let us know. All right, that's it from me from here in the feed zone. I will see everyone next week. Again, if you have any questions, let us know. Post in the live stream, post in the comments. And everyone listening to the podcast, thanks for finding the podcast. And again, you could search for that podcast at The Endurance Lab in any of your podcast apps. All right, so I will see everyone next week in the feed zone.